Hello, my name is Ishmael Ferreira, a current entry-level sophomore at Middle Georgia State University. Today I'm going to be presenting my oral presentation, so I'm very excited. This has been a very gradual semester for me. Perspective on computing society, honestly, it taught me a lot, and I've been engaging with the material, with the professor, with tutors, all staff members that made this possible. I show my thanks and my gratitude. It has been a very tremendous learning experience. And not just that, but being able to think outside the box. And I was able to not just dive into just the standard course materials, but I was able to spark my curiosity to see my limitations. So, without further ado, I want to present to you what I chose for my theme for this course. And one of the biggest assignments that I've loved throughout this semester as an IT student, it was the AI collaborator assignment. I have to say that was one of my favorite assignments, and so I'm just excited. I'm gonna dive into it. So here's my title so far. It's called the AI collaborator, exploring chatbots in problem solving. And so I just want to talk a little bit more about the assignment that I worked on. So I did an AI report on the AI collaborator assignment. It was about AI camera tracking within schools, and also about cameras and scanners, AI recognition. It was just kind of hopping within those natures. And I found it so interesting that some of that technology is already developed. And and so the not I don't want to say magical, but I want to say the most advanced thing that we're seeing nowadays is just like attendance wise and camera tracking wise when someone is entering a building, if or if you've seen this person before. Like AI is now becoming so scary where it's recognizing clothing, it's recognizing specific height range, and there's just so many different topics that it kind of like hops onto. But as you can see, the main three things that pretty much describe what I'm saying is AI is enhancing its collaboration with us, it's streamlining workflows, and it's driving innovation up the hill. So, anyway, let's dive more into the presentation. All right, so I'm just going to be going to the next slide here. So, AI, partner in creativity. Start. All right, so I'm just going to go to the next slide here. AI, partner in creativity. So, we all know the one of the biggest technologies now is virtual reality. You have things like virtual reality that are popping out. You have virtual chats. You have virtual robots and applications that are popping up. Um, you even have AI gaming. So virtual reality, aka virtual room. All those different acronyms for these technologies have become incredible. We are now diving into what we call actually seeing the ideas of AI, which means someone can create videos of AI or create a game out of AI, no matter what it is. And you actually get to interact with these different things. Almost like in movies, you see projectors and you see these futuristic technologies that you're saying, whoa, that's not going to exist yet. You know what I mean? Like, or how's that going to happen? Like, or one of my favorite movies, which is Iron Man. You know what I mean? He has this virtual reality tech bot called Jarvis. Jarvis is this AI assistant. You know what I mean? That's it's crazy because that movie is actually now from this time. You know, Iron Man, probably early 2000s. They're already introducing AI technologies like that before ChatGPT even came out, which was around 2020, 2022. Excuse me. So before even those times of AI or Gemini or Copilot, you know what I mean? AI was always introduced in certain movies in a very early start. That for us, we were like, wait, when is that even going to happen? And we're actually getting very soon into replicating that. And so this is pretty much the mainstream of AI partnering in creativity. What are the limitations? Um, what what can be expanded from this idea? How far can we dive into this? Let's be cautious where we're going, and let's get feedback from this. That's the main thing about collabing with AI is getting feedback from it to the point where it's not just becoming close to human, but it's almost becoming exactly like a human. Exploring AI collaboration. So, AI collaboration is transforming how creative projects are approached. That's obviously the main thing. Students are invited to explore and reflect on the role of AI. We see this in classrooms, we see this in colleges, high schools. Interest in how AI enhances creativity, inspired by the choice of the project's theme. And what comes to play is a lot of people have projects, a lot of people have businesses, and a lot of people have uh, themes and logos, different entrepreneurship type of ideas that AI has actually created. And yes, if you're asking, did this go far? Did they end up getting um, out in the market? Did they get that buzz that they wanted? Did AI actually help do that? Or did it set a certain limitation? Did it have some type of copyrighted rights? Did it violate something? And you see that a lot when you scroll on TikTok or YouTube. Everyone's doing clothing brands. People are selling different figurines based on different genres. People are doing music. AI has also been collabed with music. A lot of people are making content with music. You know what I mean? It's just very interesting that AI can kind of put itself in any genre or any profession, and it has become extremely incredible. And so this right here is kind of showing you the AI collaborate report. So you can kind of see on the pages here where I have them. You can see two screenshots of the AI Collaborate report, the assignment that I worked on. This is my theme that I thought would be very interesting to do. Since I since I kind of since I kind of had fun with this assignment, it kind of helped me research this new topic that I was thinking and that I've actually experienced throughout using AI, like whether it was Copilot or ChatGPT or Gemini or other ones like Clouva, got JetBrains. So these are screenshots of what I was working on. You can see the report, and you can also see the prompts above. You can see where I inputted my responses. AI gave me their responses, and this was the report on human recognition and how far artificial intelligence can actually go into reading eye contact or eye color, nationality perhaps, these different percentages, you know what I mean? So there are three overall factors that you have to keep in mind here. Number one, people are learning how to write content for AI, for essays, for documents, for resumes, even for writing emails. Number two, AI is helping with emotional support, healthcare. You have apps like Tolan, which are literally AI chats and AI avatars that help you talk throughout the day about how your day has been, how your mental health is, and these things are coming extremely like companions to the point where now you even have the first AI robot that's made for house chores and to help you around the house. And you can always look on YouTube on the internet to see those, but those are actually very incredible. And I recommend you actually go and see them. And number three, it's becoming faster. AI models are now becoming faster and popular more than ever, which hits that third bulletin right there. And most of these overalls and insights you'll see on Analytics Insights. So, um, visiting that website is tremendous. It was tremendous for me, because it didn't just show like the top AI conversations, the top AI topics, but it gave me a perspective on where AI is being viewed now and where different categories it's heading and different hobbies that it might be able to do, which is why there's a lot of jobs that are virtual now because thousands of physical jobs are actually could be by 2032 by an estimated year given by Kai-Fu Lee, which is a spokesman and inventor himself, could be replaced by that year. So back to that business and entrepreneurship brainstorm I had, right? Building AI powered brands. You see this everywhere. Instagram, Facebook. Some people even have their logos made by AI. They even have some of their buzz and marketing skills made by AI. Websites are being made by artificial intelligence. And as you can see, it's being driven in various of roads here. In the business road, in the marketing road, in the graphic design road. Yeah, I say exactly like that because it has helped me even create something in the past. I created a project with an engineer, and we literally used AI to create our logo and our t-shirts. And best believe it or not, there was an upcoming competition. It was called a monthly building competition. We developed a exoskeleton for this project. And we actually won first place given the commercial that we made with our t-shirts and our logos, and best believe artificial intelligence. Yep. And I'm also gonna show you some bonuses in the presentation so you can kind of just see those, you kind of just see that personal project and see where it came to play in the real world by just giving you an actual example. And so this is happening with not just architects, people who want to build houses, but even with fashion designers who need help designing new clothing or even famous pageants that you see a lot of people go to. A lot of AI systems create sketches and 3D models, which a lot of artists no longer need to kind of have to do the physical, old school hand by sketching. So, how could it reshape entrepreneurship tomorrow? Let's dive into it. I present ChatGPT investing. This is a research topic that I found very interesting because, like I said, um, it's helping a lot of workers and professionals in the real world. AI tools like ChatGPT, which I mentioned earlier, can serve as powerful collaborators in entrepreneurship by accelerating research, generating business ideas, streamlining planning, etc. You go for it. So, basing this on AI superpowers, this was on Kai-Fu Lee's book. He quoted, AI ever allows us to truly understand ourselves. It will not be because these algorithms captured the mechanical essence of the human mind. It will be because they liberated us to forget about optimizations and to instead focus on what truly makes us human, loving and being loved. This was by Kai-Fu Lee himself, spokesman, engineer, um, entrepreneur. So ChatGPT 5, Gemini, and all these other stations are not just being used to for the young generations like myself, like essay or school writing, um, but also to those individuals who have graduated college or who are going back to college, those pursuing master, doctorate degree, those who actually want to do a personal business, those that are not going in school, those that are self-educated. ChatGPT helps investing businesses. But of course, remember that word caution. Keep caution in mind. At the same time, you have to be cautious on what you're trying to do with AI. And also be very careful on what you input to AI. The AI can be wrong. It can give you and can give you false answers, which is why you always have to check your sources and continue on from there to always be self-secure. and that's why research is very important. But back to ChatGPT investing. Let's move on. These were certain screenshots that I took that you can kind of briefly see. So I started with my first prompt. It was, hey, chat, I need help starting a business. Based on 3D printing, yeah, based on 3D printing and technology and tool wise, can you help? ChatGPT said, absolutely, let's cook something up. Ishmael, you want AI plus 2D printing. That's a powerful combo. Let me lay out a few strong, realistic business ideas. As you can see, Chat went ahead and immediately said, AI driven custom product studio, AI optimized home repair parts. You see, it's already listing certain things that I might be interested in doing. And you can see how broad AI has now become because it's not just answering a simple question like, hey, yes, I can help, but it's almost like it's answering other questions that you were already gonna ask. So it just lays it out anyway. Moving on to the starter pitch. I asked Chat, I want to create 3D printed tools for architects and engineers to limit the cost of essentials for tools. And it said, got you, Ishmael. This is a powerful niche, and honestly, one of the smartest ways to mix 3D printing engineering needs. Let's build this out clean and solid, right? So Chat brings up business concepts, affordable 3D printing tools for architects and engineers in the area as an IT student like myself that wants to be in the AI collab field and in the future software side. It bases things off on building deeper. So it lists different bulletins like do you need a name, do you need a logo, products, pricing, marketing strategy, the website layout, things that I would eventually ask to continue investing in this business. Or what you can do for 3D print. It has scaled models and miniature buildings. You can draft and have measuring tools. You can have customizable solutions. What are these different engineers looking for in the marketplace? So that starter pitch was amazing. And if you thought this was amazing, wait till you see the next slide. So this is my programming slide. So I needed help with the website. And as an IT student, Python and HTML are one of the main programming languages that I've learned. And of course, like I said, if you're in the field, you know exactly what these languages are and how powerful these are. And many individuals like myself are using these to build logos, businesses, and whatnot. So I said, hey, Python, can you write out a code for me? Or sorry, hey, chat, can you write a Python code for me? It said, absolutely. Here's a full Python code, clean, organized, and ready to run on your machine to generate the business. It already gave me a downloaded PowerPoint for my business. It laid it out. It gave me customized slides. It gave me certain visuals. It gave me how to develop an HTML program. So I said, okay, perfect. I want to create a website. So can you hook me up with some Python coding for the presentation that I'm trying to do? And then you can see the link that's like actually right here. And I'm actually going to open it so you can kind of see. So this is the PowerPoint it has created. So it's opening on Microsoft, and it's actually really interesting. It's called Draft Forge. I didn't even name the presentation, which is crazy. It did it by itself. So it says 3D printing tools for architects and engineers. And just going by the slides, you could just see that it's everything so that it's not messy, it's not compressed, but it's breathable to see. And even if it's a plain presentation, it's only a draft. It's only what I asked it to do. So imagine when you actually tell chat, hey, I want these different inputs. Like, can you add them in there and spice it up a bit? So this is just a small video overlay over the AI topic. It's just going down and kind of letting you know what it's doing. So I drafted this little video here for everyone to see. See, there's the PowerPoint that it told me to download. Also, something very interesting I'm not gonna go back. Mentions where AI fits in. Auto-generated scale rulers, auto-size tool holders, AI turns paper sketches into printable stencils, AI converts an address slash map into a quick massing model, AI optimizes tool shapes for better ergonomics. Like that is beyond genius. And this being involved with 3D printing is a game changer because I already use 3D printing software. And so with AI collaboration, 3D printing can become more than just using the software, but to the point where AI is even able to use a 3D building software to build these elements. And with that, knowing knowing the math, breaking down the math without you having to do it the classic way.
Now, one of the biggest things I wanted to test is, well, now that AI broke down my idea for my business, I wanted to test out, hey, the Python program that I wanted it to write, how about write it and let me test it just to see how far AI can actually go. So, what I decided to do was test it on my PyCharm. Let's give it a shot.
Now, if you don't know what PyCharm is, PyCharm is a software where you get to test out Python coding from AI to see if it works. So, as you can see, I'm going to show you a video overlay that I took. So this shows me opening my PyCharm and actually testing out the code that I didn't write, that AI wrote by itself.
And something I expected, it did not work.
And yes, you heard me correctly. The Python program did not work. So what was my last solution? Hey chat, my Python program did not work. It said, no worries, I got you. To fix it, I need one key thing from you. What error message did it say? And did Python show when you ran the code? So it gave me certain pinpoints on how to solve the problem and other fixes solutions. And that's also what's very great about chat, is that it doesn't just give you, hey, sorry, I'm not sure what the problem was. Can you tell me what it was? But it also broads thinks it already gives you certain solutions that maybe you haven't tried yet. You know what I mean? And it even says what error message did it say, so it can also further do the research without you having to search up on the internet on what the problem was. It just does the research for you by asking certain problems and certain errors or certain codes that you get, without panicking. So this kind of shows the limitations that AI also has. So programmers, you're safe. Thing I had to do to have fun. Well, let's see, we got our website, we got our PowerPoint, we got our business idea, we got our programming, kind of. Let's say now I want a logo for my 3D printing slash technology business, right? So I'm going to show you three different drafts here. I'm actually going to move my camera so you can kind of see. So this was three different logos that AI developed. The first thing I told chat was, hey, based on everything that we said, based on my research, and based on the elements, things that we talked about, can you kind of compress all those elements together and give me a logo? So the first logo draft was Draft Forge. You can kind of see the like the little mathematical symbol, these little tractors, and then you kind of see like the cubes. Kind of makes it look very technical. You know what I mean? And then notice the difference, right? I said, well, actually, AI, can you make it look more techy and more sciencey, more 3D printer like? And so, as you can see, it remained the same, but they changed the logo. The logo is now flipped, and it kind of represents a technical machine. So AI is also based on responses that you give it. Notice how on the first response I said all the elements. So it's gonna get the research element. It's gonna get the PowerPoint element. It's gonna get these things that it already graded, and then it's gonna input it into a logo. And that's why we draft one ended up like this. Draft two ended up like this because we only said, oh, I just want a machinery look type of logo. And now logo 3 is more so of what I'm going for. Because finally I said, hey, chat, actually go outside the box. I want this to not just look techy, but I also want you to change the name a bit. You know what I mean? Not just draft forge based on what you gathered earlier, but based on the actual business idea that people are going to see and they're going to say, hey, I want to download an app called 3D Tool Works. You know what I mean? I want to buy something called 3D Tool Works, something very buzz and feel like. And as you can see, logo 3 is the winner here. So AI has certain limitations, but it also doesn't give up. Because at the same time, it's also what we input it. And that's the whole thing about AI collaboration. They learn from us, and we learn from them. Now, another quote from AI Superpowers by Kai-Fu Lee was AI will do the analytical thinking, like we mentioned, while humans will wrap that analysis in warmth and compassion. Kai couldn't have said it well himself. Also, looking at certain global adoption of productivity that I was able to like research, 77% of companies worldwide are either using AI or exploring adoption in 2025. 64% of businesses owners believe AI improves productivity. And business adopting AI report says 6 to 9% revenue increases. Generative AI developers 26 to 55% productivity gains and a 3.70 per dollar what is invested. So this is what's kind of going on this year is that we're not just taking that money turn, but we're also taking that wider turn on how far can we go to this thing to become actually human. Finally made it to the works cited. So this is everything that I use. You have AI statistics, you have AI superpowers from Kai, you even have PyCharm, different essentials that I use for the Python programming, which I actually tested, which was really fun to do. And you even have the course materials that I look back on that kind of helped me put this in perspective into researching this topic. So yeah, ChatGPT investing. I thought it was an interesting topic, and I had a lot of fun with it. And I hope you enjoyed this gradual experience and presentation. We not just got to test out um, AI, but we also got to see what it outputted, and that was the main event for this video. So thank you for watching. Happy holidays, Professor Johnson and staff members, my classmates. It has been amazing, and I hope you guys also come across this video on YouTube. That would be awesome. And yeah, thank you. Ishmael out.